That's the wet and warm, I say.
I mean, that's a loaded question.
You hit me with that rock.
Maybe, can we edit that out?
I was free shitting. It's fine. This wine's really good.
We need a baby.
Okay, no, we can have a fight on the air. That's fine. That's fucking fine.
Self-checkout? That's your fault.
It's like the Hitler stash. Just above their nose.
I mean, you could have gone pre-dev, but okay.
This is where the man sits.
Maybe, can we edit that out? We can start whenever you like, babe.
Let's start right now, then.
We can start whenever you like. Whenever you like.
This is One Thing Leads to Another.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Marty.
Fuck you. I'm just kidding. Not you, the people.
What the fuck? It's worse.
Now my depression has turned into rage.
It's good. It's a good place to be.
No, sorry for the delay, everyone. I was working on my mental health. Mental health is important. If you feel depressed and uneasy, there are hotlines out there to help you. I
think it's... I wonder how many people just bullshit, which I'm all for, but like the percentage of people that bullshit to have mental leave or whatever. Like,
for sure.
I need like mental time.
There's some. There's definitely some out there, especially millennials. They have it the hardest. Technically, I'm one of those. But I never take a mental health day. I just come home and I cry my eyes out.
Yeah. I just cry in the bathroom like a normal person.
And I don't clean our house and I leave dishes in the sink. I become a different person.
It's true.
And then I bleed a bunch and I feel better.
It's weird. And it happens once a month.
No, I definitely,
okay.
I definitely have my moments. However, I work through them.
It's good.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
So much fun.
So yeah, you guys saw me going into a downward spiral of feeling sorry for myself and being bummed out about my life. But God, that cleaner sucks, bro.
I know, it's like mace in the face.
So our dog shit down here at some point, and it's dried diarrhea into the carpet.
Probably happened last night, or...
And so now there's cleaner down here, and it's choking both of us. Along with our air quality. Our air quality is super bad.
Yeah, because we are in, what, the 4th or 5th day?
Yeah, we're going on day 5.
Of the apocalypse.
Yeah. It's been the smokiest. Our air pollution or air quality, the number, I don't know what it's gauged off of. However, usually like good is 50 and under, right?
Yeah. So the range is 1 to 500, I believe.
Yes, and it surpassed 500 on Saturday. And
neat.
Went to like 520 or something like that. Something ridiculous.
They just started putting like how many skull and bones. So it was like, this is 2 skull and bones day. Which
so many people, so including the people I work with, which I love so much, but sometimes they say things that I'm like, I don't understand where you got that from.
Well, it's a Democratic conspiracy done by Hillary Clinton.
Exactly. Hillary Clinton opened her vagina and fucking put smoke all over the world. Which could also be true. Think about that. Her vagina is so old and dusty.
And she's part of the reptilians. So.
Yeah, and she's definitely Satan herself. So it's all her fault.
Yeah. You know what I love right now that's happening? And because I like to listen to both sides.
Oh, for sure.
And I like to get my information from comedians on podcasts and just whatever. So one person was like, basically, both sides are saying that it's, we're in a tyrannical government, or there's, tyranny, but it's only coming from one side.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like...
No, the other side believes it's Democrat. The other side believes it's Republican.
Exactly. So it's...
Green Party isn't even involved in this, really. Everyone should be following the Green Party. They're like, solid up and comers.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. They're like, this tyrannical government of Trumpers, they don't believe in masks. They want everyone to die. It's a big conspiracy.
Yep.
And
Now people think that Bill Gates is going to give them a tracker in the new and upcoming vaccine.
And here's the real answer. They both don't have your interests in mind.
No. They both want to help larger companies get bigger and eventually take over the world, which is fine. Whatever. However, we now know that they can give us universal health care. That's possible.
Totally.
We now know that they can definitely make the federal minimum wage $15 an hour. There's a lot of things that they can do that they just choose not to, because it's better to have more poor people in your country than it is fucking people that are successful. And that's fucking weird to me they think that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mess. But I did want to touch on this awesome, interview. Well, not even interview. I really don't watch a lot of, Trump's interviews because, let's face it, the guy's an idiot.
They're pretty comical, though.
It is. It's very comical. This one in particular is very comical. So the California Secretary of Natural Resources, his name is Wade Crowfoot, or Crowfoot, which is anyone with the name Crow in their name should be respected. Yeah. And so him and Donald Trump, they had a discussion this morning about climate change and the fires that are happening.
Heard a little bit of this.
So Crowfoot says, if we think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed. Donald Trump said, okay, it'll start getting cooler. Just you watch. Those are his responses to this. Crowfoot, I wish science agreed with you. Donald Trump, I don't think science knows, actually. Me? Wow.
Now, was he talking about winter? Because winter is coming.
So he's basically saying rain is going to come, cooler weather is going to come, fires won't be as bad. You guys need to pick up your leaves in your forest. That
makes no sense, by the way.
0 sense. So, and then everyone at
Pony.
people that I know, okay, if you're gonna growl, you gotta go lay somewhere else. Go on. No, you stay. And so,
Go in your bed.
yeah. So basically, the forests aren't being clean. That's everyone's fault except Donald Trump's.
By the way,
no,
I don't know if anyone knows this. There's a lot of fucking forest out there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like there's enough smoke to cover the west side of the United States,
and then some.
It is only 0.01% of the forests that are on fire right now, and it is a shit ton of fire.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's yeah, it's fucking crazy to me that. So that was my thought. Is that everyone's like, there's these new memes that are coming out, and it's talking about how Oregon or how Canada isn't affected by climate change. Let's break this down for you guys. So there's a time where everything burns, right? There's a large portion of a state or a country or whatever. And if it has a lot of this vegetation, a lot of forests and areas to burn, it grows. And if we have a dry winter, it all gets kind of crispy. It dries out. Things light up on fire. It happens usually every 3 years. And I did my research today because I was like, fuck this. There's a reason that Canada isn't being affected this year. So Canada's worst year, actually, they lost 3 million acres in 20, and above 3 million acres in 2018. No, go on. And then almost 1 million in 2019. So they've burned a lot of their shit.
Yeah, we just don't hear
Everything's growing back right now. And in another 3 years, they'll fucking burn it all down again. And then California...
Not intentionally, it just happens, and it's just hard to contain. So, and
in California, one of the worst years of fires was 2018, which is now surpassed by this year.
Yep.
So in 2018, it was over 1 million acres, and it was one of the worst fatality years in fire history, where fucking like 30 people died. 6 being firefighters.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And then in 2019, 300,000 acres burned, which was one of their lowest years. Well, it's 2020, and together, Oregon, California, and Washington has burned over 5 million acres. So, and same with Oregon. Oregon had a light year in 2018, a little bit of a ramp up in, actually, Oregon was really great in under 200,000 in like 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
And now everything is just lit up on fire. So you can't say that Canada isn't being affected by climate change, because they are. Their weather, their winters are getting shorter. They don't have as many hockey. They usually have outdoor hockey rinks. I don't know if you know this, but Canada people,
they're
Canadians,
all about Canucks are all about fucking hockey.
Those maple leaves up there. They make their backyard into ice skating rinks every year. Like a majority of them will do this.
If there's water,
they make it an ice skating rink. And in 2018 was one of their shortest years, I think, where they only had like 30 days of ice rinking. And then they went up to like 100 days. But they used to be all the time, consistently, having at least like 100 days all the time of having an ice rink in your backyard.
Yeah.
And there's 365 days, right, in a year?
Yep.
So 100 days, and then you go down to 30.
That's a little different.
Climate change. It's
yeah.
It's science. There's facts that back it up.
Yeah.
And I love all these people that love to just say, oh, it's the Democrats, or oh, it's the liberals, or Republicans being on their high and mighty horse saying like,
well, it's hard.
You're lying about this.
It's hard for people to grasp. It's like, because they can't see it, they don't really notice it. It's not real. But like these fires, for instance, not even talking about climate change. We're experiencing smoke, and there's
never been a blanket of smoke like this that's so bad. So right now our air quality, when I checked it at 5 p.m., was 309. It was at
that's a lot better.
Hazardous level still. And now it's back down to 3, whatever I said when we started.
Yeah. But what's crazy is the closest fire to us is relatively the majority.
There's one 30 miles north of us, which is not that large. It's about 70% contained at this point.
The majority of the smoke's coming from elsewhere.
Oh, it's all from California and Oregon.
Yeah.
Those are the two places that it's coming from.
If you told people there was giant fires in other states, they wouldn't even quit. They'd be like, okay, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah. But when you're getting affected...
Right, now that we see the effects of it and that there's a blanket of smoke, it's like, oh, it is actually really bad.
It is.
Because we can't breathe here.
But what's crazy to me...
And that's what climate change is.
Is the people that I'm talking to that don't believe in it live here. They don't believe in it now.
Yeah.
With our air quality the way it is. They just assume that everything that the Democrats are saying about climate change, because it's coming from a Democratic mouth, is because they just want to fuck up Donald Trump. They just want to make him look bad. And really, what it comes down to, you guys, I don't even give a fuck about Donald Trump looking good or bad. But what I do give a fuck about is if I possibly have a kid, or if you have kids, you should be worried that your kids are never going to see fucking life in the ocean. That they're not going to see an ocean. That they're not going to have rainforests. Yeah,
these are big issues.
Eventually, the bees will stop doing what they do because they all die, and then you don't have food. Mm-hmm. It's a chain of events that are happening, and
our topsoil's fucked.
And a lot of these scientists are saying they underestimated it. So when they said we have 50 years, we now technically have 20 years. So you've shaved off 30 fucking years of that timeline. If we don't do something at this point, we're fucked.
Yeah. Basically, it's like, oh, this isn't good, we should change shit.
No. It's a 100%. Everyone should have been using renewable energy